honestly, financially, you didn't have to do this, but there's more than just financially. I understand that. There's a drive, there's a passion, there's the calling to be able to help other people and watch other people rise up. The money sometimes, you get in for the money, but that kind of becomes secondary once you start growing in this business and raising people up and seeing their dreams come true. But with that aside, you could have gone to any company out there. You could have gone to a 20-year-old company, a 10-year-old company, a 1-month-old company, and had massive success, because success leaves clues, and the biggest clues you've left is you're going to have success wherever you go. So what made you want to launch 3? Be a brand new startup company? What's going on in there that you're like, I'm willing to be a part of a startup and have startup issues, startup problems, but why?
Well, that's a great question. It's a loaded question. We could probably talk for hours, but I'll try to streamline it. Okay. So like after being in this, okay. So I guess in the previous platform, we're blessed to create, a couple of hundred millionaires, multi-millionaires. So, so I kind of like, when you watch people, when you have done something and you help a lot of people to become successful, obviously in that journey, individually, as a human being, I also got my own personal growth in that journey of walking through building a $10 billion company together collectively with a team of people. And so with that, you actually get to see a lot of things that we ordinarily wouldn't get to see. And so after a little while, I go, you know what? And after all that travel, I just mentioned before, like the first 6 years is every month on the road. When I say on the road, it's in the air, actually. And so after so many years, you kind of get to a point where, you know what, I need to scale back. I was in a space in my life, I was questioning really the meaning of success. Like, am I doing the right thing? I've seen money have done a lot of good to people. I've also seen money have done a little bit of not too good to people's lives. And so I questioned that meaning. Like, is it really about money? Is it really about helping people to create money? Is there something more to it than money? Is there more to it than financial freedom? And I further questioned myself on what I am saying and what I'm sharing. Does money truly make somebody happy in life? And so that's when about 2007, I would say 2007, 2008, I kind of began to step back as I observe and monitor things that make me question the value and the virtue and where the direction where I was heading in life. And so it was at that time I kind of step out of the industry. I only showed up once in a year, maybe once every 6 months or whatnot, because I was searching for that meaning. I was searching for my purpose. Is it only about speaking and helping people to achieve financial freedom? And so it was in that search that took me to Sedona, that we met, that you guys went to my home in Sedona. And so I was, I was in my cocoon. I was in my own sanctuary where I was grounded in that space, in the beautiful land and beautiful energy. So I was searching, I was seeking. Oftentimes when you seek, you expect to have answer right away. I'm like, hey, when is my next purpose? What am I here to do? And it didn't happen. It didn't come to me until what I witnessed the last 3 years. We all did. As a matter of fact, in the last 3 years, humanity, all of us have seen things that completely rattled and reshaped the paradigm that we were taught all these years. And so it was at that time I said, it was the time I said, I further questioned, why are we here on earth? What are we here to do? I mean, okay, fine, it's money. Now you get the money issue out of the way. What's next? What are my gifting? What can I do of contribution to humanity? And it was at that time that I felt called. Sometimes it took, this is not a work. When I say this is not a work of only a few months, this been a project that's been incubating within my heart for the last couple of years. It was in search of that meaning, of that purpose, of what I'm called to do on earth. And so the calling was, Kim, it is time. I mean, I saw what happened during this pandemic, the last couple of years. And I think it's even more so time for humanity to rise up.
That's right.
That 58 years old, never ever have I heard the narrative that all these crazy stuff that's happening. I said, this is, when you look at it, is it sad? Yeah, it's kind of sad. But at the same time, certain things have to happen to awaken humanity. So it was at that time the calling says, you know what? It's time to come out, use your gifting to do a project that will bring hope to humanity, that will bring hope and contribution to humanity. It's time that all of us, humanity, to rise up. There's hope, there's change. In order for us to change something, that we collectively have to work together to create that change, to be that change. And that's why I was called to create a global movement, if you would. And so I remember when we started, and that film, when that 2-minute video was made, that was released on Christmas Eve. Okay. And so that message was really about rising up, that all of us to do something in a time that we're living in right now. And so the calling and the messaging was, we need to come together in this global movement, because what's happening last couple of years is not only impacting the United States of America, it's impacting the world. And so, and I knew my gifting was not to run a company. Many people, some of my leaders say, Kim, you need to own your own company and we'll follow you. I said, I know my gift. My gift is not to be a CEO. My gift is not to run a company. My gift is to share through my experiences. And some of the things, and obviously the last 30 years, what I've witnessed in this industry is I've witnessed a lot of beautiful stuff. This industry, like you guys, perhaps you guys all agreed that when it's done right, it's beautiful. Right. And so, but at the same time, I saw the other side of it. And so part of that calling of creating a global community of bringing hope, bringing connection to humanity, is that I want to do something different. I wanted to, there are certain things that's very important to me. In this industry, I've seen, deal after deal. There's so many things that go on that the message to me, that calling that I felt like it was, it's about time, not only to rise about humanity, but also we need to shift and change this industry that I love a lot. But at the same time, there are things in the industry we need to be the shift. We need to be the change. We need to be the beacon of light. So it's a pretty lofty goal, right? I mean, it's a pretty big goal. So I was in Sedona and I got this calling, and I said, okay, where do I begin? If we were to, I know my gifts. I know my giftings are. It's certainly not running a company. That's not my forte. Managing a company, no. So we said, well, if we want to do something, we got to find someone who's from this space, have a little experience. But I do not want someone that are so stuck in the old way. If let's say you find someone that's got 30, 50 years, so obviously they might be very stuck in the old way. And I don't want the old way. So having said that, and that's why we have Daniel, and in that search that led us to Daniel and it led us to you guys. And so why? That why is a global movement that costs. Obviously I'm very blessed, with the money that I was blessed to make. I only have one child. So money-wise, I'm done, okay? But I want to do something. I want to do something, but obviously in the times that we're living in, many people are looking for ways to make money, to put food on the table. So I wanted to, through a business platform, not only help people make a difference in the wellness of the physical body, mental body, and the spiritual body. And so through this global community that collectively we can all share and grow and expand together as a human collective. And so long answer, but I hope I answered your question.